Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Shruti. In this video, I will show you how to interact with the drop down menus. Okay, so in my previous videos, I showed you how to interact with the radio buttons, input box, and check boxes, and also I showed you what are all the possible assertions you can add when interacting with or validating these elements. Okay, now let's focus on drop down. So there are mainly three types of drop downs. Okay, mainly three types. The first one is standard drop down. The first one is standard drop down. Standard drop down means it is built using select tag. It is built using select tag and contains multiple option elements. Okay, so this is standard drop down. To show you this drop down, I will use our standard tutorials point application. So here we have drop down. I will just inspect it. So as we can see, we have select tag, and if we expand, we see many option tags. Okay, so this is standard drop down, and the second one is custom drop down. The second one is custom drop down. So custom drop down means here they do not use select tag. They do not use select tag, but instead they will use div or span tags. But when you click on it, it will give, it works like drop down. When you click on it, it will give the options to select. So to show you this, I will use one of the testing practice application, that is Orange HRM. Okay, so here if you can see, it is a drop down, and I will inspect. See, it does not contain select tag, but it is a drop down. And here I want to show you another thing is, I will click on here. Okay, and when I try to inspect, it is getting disappeared. Okay, I will show you once again. See, I clicked on it. It is showing the drop down options. And when I try to inspect, I'm trying to right click, it is getting disappeared. Okay. So I will show you how to handle these kind of elements when using this application. Okay. Then third one is searchable drop down. Third one is searchable drop down. Okay, so this is like a search box. Okay, like I'll go to Amazon and I will type something. Okay, so I will type book. Okay, and when I start typing it, it displays suggestion based on your input. So I will show you how to handle these type of assertions. So to show you this, I will use enhanced for loop. Okay. Okay, so now let us see one by one. Now let us create a spec file to interact with the dropdown. So name I will give dropdown.spec.ts. Okay, so I will take the import statement and everything from here. Okay, I'm copying. Okay, so here we are using tutorials point. The same till here. I'll just remove this. Okay. Okay, so now we are here, and what we want to do, we want to inspect this drop down. Okay, so just select this and click on this drop down. Okay, so we have id. Okay, let us take the id. Await page dot locator. This is id, so I will use ash. Okay, so to select the drop down option, so we use select option. Remember, we use select option method to select the option from the drop down. Okay, so here we have to mention the value we want to select. Okay, the value I want to select is, I will say ncr. NCR. Okay. Okay. So there are three ways to select the option. Okay. So this is the one value. Sorry, this is one of the way. Okay. By using value. By using value. Okay. So now let us run this. Drop down dot spec. I should have given some time here. Okay. Let it execute. I will add some time after that so we can see that. Okay. Let me give some time. So how to give hard weight? A weight page dot wait for timeout. Okay, so I will give some 5 seconds time. Now let me execute. I think we need to scroll down. Or what I'll do, I'll take Amazon and here if we inspect, okay, let me type Amazon again. I will inspect this all drop down. And this is also having select tag. Okay, so let us take Amazon website. Okay, and sorry about that. And ID is okay, search drop down. Search drop down. So I'll just paste the ID here. Okay, so options we have here. Okay, I will select Alexa skills. Okay, okay, and let me enter that value here. So the option I want to select is this one, Alexa skills. Okay, so now let me execute this. So instead of the tutorials point, we are using Amazon. Okay, as we can see, it selected Alexa skills. Okay, so this is by using value. Okay, so here instead of using this value, we can take the value which is inside this attribute, value attribute. Okay, so this will also work. Okay, so one thing is we can take the thing which is inside this option tag or we can select this value, both will work. Okay, so now let me save and execute this. See, it got selected Alexa skills. Okay, now let me change the name of the test. Drop down. Okay, so this is by value. Okay, the another option is by label, means by using visible text. So what is the visible text here? This one, Alexa skills or Amazon devices. This is a visible text. We can use we can select by using visible text also. To select by using visible text, we need to use label option. So how do you do that? I'll show you. Page dot locator, page dot locator. I will take the same locator. Okay, so here select option, the same one, select option here. So inside this curly braces we need to use option and colon. Here within a single quote type the visible text you want to select. Okay, so here I will select Amazon devices, like this. Option, why giving error? Select option. Sorry, this is label. Okay, sorry. So here it is label and the label is Amazon devices. Okay. Okay, let me execute this. So as we can see, it selected Amazon devices. Okay. This is by using label, means by visible text. By visible text. Okay. Okay, the next one is by selecting indexes. Okay, so indexes means, so if I say 1, it will select all categories. If I say 2, it will select second one. If I say 3, it will select third options. Okay, by giving index numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so I will take the same locator, dot select option. So here I want to use index. For that I have to use a word index and colon. So it is a number. So no need to use it within a single quote. So I will just type 2. Okay. This is by using visible text. Sorry, by using index. Let me execute this. I've selected 2. Okay. Amazon devices. 1, 2, 3. It starts from 0. So the second one is third one. Okay. Here it starts from 0. This is the first one. Second one is Alexa skills. Third one is Amazon devices. Since array starts from 0, it is 0, 1, 2. It's selected Amazon devices. Okay. So there are three ways to select the option from drop down. One is by using the value. Value is whatever is inside the value attribute. Okay, so this is by using value. And second one by using label. Label is visible text. That is these things. Whatever is inside the option tag. Okay, enclosed with inside the option tag. And third one is by using indexes. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so there is another way to use this, but to choose the drop down. Okay, that is page dot await page dot. So instead of locator, I will say select option. Okay, so we have done these things for fill also. Okay, it accepts two parameter. One is locator. I will give this locator comma value. So here the value I want to give is, um, I will give label, comma, label. Just remove the bracket. Okay, let me comment out all these things. So one way we can directly use page dot locator, or we can use page dot the option, select option. Then it always accepts two parameters. One is the locator value and the option you want to select. So let us execute this. Okay, it selected Amazon devices. Okay. Okay, now let us see the assertions. The first assertion I want to add is checking if a specific value is selected. Okay, so it means here if I selected Alexa skills, I want to validate that Alexa skills is selected. So how to do that? First, I need to get the locator of this. So I already have the locator, this one, search box. So I will take till here. Okay, copy. Okay, so I'll take the locator, and to get the value from the drop down, the method, there is a method that is input value. Input value. So using this method, I can fetch the value from the drop down. So I will keep this in some variable, that is const selected option. Selected option is equal to, so here this is not select option, this is locator. Locator. So this is the locator, and here I want to add input value. So V is capital. Okay. So what I did here, I'm keeping this locator in some variable. Okay. So input value will give me the value selected. Okay. Now I want to validate this to be equal to the value. Okay, so currently here I'm selecting Amazon devices, and here the value I want to validate is Amazon devices, but I should give this value, the value which is inside the value attribute. Okay, so to add the assertion, as you know, we have to use expect what I'm expecting, selecting option to be this value, search alias Amazon devices. Okay, so here I've selected using the label, but whenever I want to validate, I should always give this the value which is inside this value attribute. Okay, okay, let me save and execute. So Amazon devices got selected. Okay, one test passed means assertion is passed. Okay, so here there is another method to take the value, that is text content. One is we can use input value to take the value we entered in the drop down, or we can use text content method. Okay, so for that also I will take the same locator, and here I will comment this line. I will comment these two lines. So here I will take text content method. Okay, so I'll use the same assertion. Okay, so here the thing to notice is here whenever we use input value, we have to give the value, this one. Okay, but whenever we take text content method, we have to use visible text. Okay, so what is the visible text? Amazon devices. Just remember the difference. Okay, whenever we use input value method to validate the drop down value, we have to take the value which is inside the value attribute. But whenever we use text content method to get the value from the drop down, we have to use visible text. Okay, save and execute. Okay, got some error. Let's see what it is. Received, expected. Oh, okay. Okay, so here I missed one thing. Okay, so here after this, I want to give the option checked. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here I want to validate, I want to get the text content of the option which is checked. Sorry, which is selected here. So for that, we have to use option colon checked. Option colon checked. So if we give this option, it will give the text content of the option which is selected in the drop down. Okay, it's good that we run into errors and we learn that what we missed. Okay, Amazon devices got selected. Okay, one test passed. Let us see this report. Okay, let me copy this command and paste it here. Okay, drop down test is passed and expected to be is passed. Okay. Okay, just remember to get the selected value from the drop down, we have to use option colon checked option after the locator. Okay, so the difference between input value and text content, we got to know that input value, whenever we give input value, we have to give the value. Whenever we give text content, we have to give the visible text. Okay, okay. Next, let's move on to the next session. Now I want to validate what is the default option selected. So here the default option selected is all categories. Okay, so I want to validate as soon as I launch the application, the default drop down option value should be all categories. Okay, so to do that, we already know the locator and we know how to take the text content. So let me copy the same locator. Okay, so here we have to use option checked because here by default some option will be checked. So what is the default option? All categories. Let me copy this text. Copy. So now expect expect select option to be all categories. So this is to validate the default selection. So suppose if you have already selected something, then first you have to select that option using select option, then validate this. Let us execute. Okay, one test is passed. So now next what I want to validate is I want to validate the number of options present in the drop down. Very important assertion. So we already know the locator. So let us keep this locator in some variable. So variable I will say count. So variable name is count of elements. Count of elements. So here we don't have to use checked because I want to get the default options. So here I have to use option dot to get the count. There is a method in Playwright that is count. So just remember, count is to get the count of the elements present in the drop down. Okay, so before adding the assertion, let us print the number of elements present. Console dot log count of elements. Okay. Okay, so the number of options present are 44. So now I'll use the same count and validate. So how to do? Await, or we don't have to use await. Expect what I'm expecting count of elements, count of elements to be 44. Okay, so this is a number, so I don't have to use double quote. This is a string, so here I've used double quote. For number we don't have to use. Let us save and execute. Okay, one test passed. Okay, so the number of elements present on the web page is 44 and we are expecting it to be 44. So the test is passed. Okay, so these are all the possible assertion we can perform on drop down. The first one is selecting the value and validate the whatever the value is selected is same. Okay, and the count and the number of elements present on the page using the count method and this default options. By default there should be some option selected in some drop down, it is select. Okay, so this is all about standard drop down. So in the next video I will show you how to handle custom drop down and searchable drop down. Okay, so if you find this video informative and if you feel you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to practice. Okay, thank you so much for watching.